and welcome to this edition of Wolves Weekly. Joining me today, on the verge of going to the NCAA National Championships in cross country, we have head coach Mike Johnson. How are you doing today, Coach?
Morning, Danny.
Fantastic. I'm glad you got so much enthusiasm out here. It's a big week for you guys.
Well, we didn't have practice this morning, and usually we're at about dawn, for practice, and so I got to sleep an extra hour. I'm ready to roll.
Well, I want to hear a little bit about the nationals you guys are going to. It'll be up in Spokane, but you guys have worked all year for this one, and your team really earned this bid into it.
They did. They had to compete. As it turned out in the regional meet, we really ended up with 4 teams advancing, 2 dual meets. Chico in Alaska and ourselves in Western Washington. And we ended up beating Western, and Alaska ended up beating Chico. And so those 4 teams go forward out of our region. It's a real competitive region. Ours is competitive, probably Rocky Mountain's the most competitive. And we'll show up and they'll shoot the gun, and it's supposed to be about 23 degrees, and so we'll see what happens.
You guys have had the opportunity to run up on this course. This will be your 3rd time this year. You guys did the Runner's Soul Eric Anderson invite earlier in the season. You guys did the regional over there, and now you guys get to go back and run there again at nationals.
You got a little plug in there for Runner's Soul. They sponsor, and actually the Eric Anderson meet. The people that really helped with that, Spokane Falls Community College, did a great job. And we have a lot of those volunteers. One of the things in Spokane they have is a good cadre of people that really understand cross-country, people that understand the importance of the event. And I think we'll see a well-administered and well-competed competition on Saturday.
And as you talked about before, 4 teams from the men's region were able to advance. You guys actually picked up 3rd place in it, the best finish ever for Western Oregon at the NCAA regionals.
It's a remarkable testament to our athletes who have improved just in a tremendous area from the time they came in from high school. Many of them were not the elite athletes that they are today. And I think that's one thing that we'd like to really emphasize in our program. Most of the people that come improve.
And we want to talk about a couple of those guys. 2 of them earned all region honors. It was Connor Kassler and Dan Sprinkle. Both of them improved their performance from last year's regional competition. And Kassler ended up getting 5th place.
He got 5th place, which is our highest regional finish. And, Dan ran really well and actually over-revved a little bit early in the race and collected himself and ended up with a very good finish. Probably dropped back 5 or 6 places and then collected 6 or 7 at the end. And Connor just ran a solid race the entire distance and just looked relaxed, and he was having a good time, which is really what it is. You're out there having a good time. I mean, if you're racing, it's what you train so much for, and then when the race begins, you should enjoy it.
And you've had about the same guys, the top 5 guys have been at the top most year. How are you guys looking with those gentlemen going into the national tournament or national championships?
Well, if I was Chip Kelly, I'd tell you everything's the same. We're just going to take it day by day. Everybody's good. Won't give you any kind of straight answer. Since I'm not Chip Kelly, I'll give you a fairly straight answer. We've had a couple guys with a little bit of trouble with colds and so forth, but for the most part, we don't have any orthopedic problems. The 7, even 8 people that will be at the meet, 7 get to run, look pretty solid right now, and we'll go and compete.
And that's what it sounds like you guys really enjoyed doing overall. You mentioned that word every single time I talk to you almost, competition and opportunity, and it seems like both those ones are on your doorstep this time.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, this is my favorite time of the year. We just show up, and then we, put up or shut up.
Fantastic. I want to shift over really quickly. We were talking about being out on the course right there, but let's shift over to the classroom really quick. The first set of GNAC All Academic Awards came in, and you guys had 6 people capture All Academic Honors, kind of highlighted there by Amanda Wright and Dan Sprinkle, who earned it for the 3rd time, the most you can actually do it in their career.
That's right, because you can't get it as a freshman.
Exactly.
So they've earned it straight on through. All of our people are good students. We don't really tolerate failure in the classroom. It starts with attitude and commitment and kind of academic performance. And if you have those things, you end up running faster because your daily habits and everything are so good. And we're proud of the people that do well academically, but at the same time, it's probably the most expected thing we have on the team, is that you will perform in the classroom.
I'm still giving a little bit of credibility. A shout out right there to Keanu Checki and Connor Castler, who were both earned the award for the second straight year, as well as Lucas Fenley and Merrill Butcher, who actually captured it for the first time. But just, it's still good that they can balance the academic side of it, and as you talked about, kind of bring that discipline over to the course as well.
I think that we could look at it in the other way about, and that's say, why wouldn't you succeed? And most of these people are paying for their education, in large measure. They're getting some help from place to place. But why wouldn't you succeed? And so it's right there. It's an opportunity, and learning is great fun.
That is great to hear. And there should be a lot of fun up there this weekend. I know for you and everybody else traveling up to the meet up there at Spokane, it should be another great opportunity. And looking forward to see the Wolves perform at the national level.
Well, we'll be out at Plants Ferry Park. The race starts at noon. And so we're going to have a lot of people drive up, see the meet, carry your chains. It may snow. Seems that it does that a lot lately. Little swings in the weather. And that's where we're going, and that's what we're going to do.
Fantastic. Well, Coach, I really appreciate you coming on and previewing this national meet for us and giving us just a kind of catching us up on the season of where you've been. It's been great to have some of your students on the videos. They've all been very great when I've been able to film them. But thanks again for stopping into the studio. And thank you all for watching this edition of Wolves Weekly.